into the field right now, getting ready for planting time. We got the tractor over there. I'm leveling out the fields. I got the last little section of field that needs to be leveled out, and we'll have that whole area zero graded for rice. This year we're not planting rice there. I'm planning to plant vegetables, and then I'm going to plant seed bearing cover crop in between the beds. I'm going to plant like a row of vegetables. I'm using a biodegradable plastic. It's actually made from corn gluten, and when it degrades the plastic, I won't have to pick any of it up. It'll biodegrade into the ground. What my plan is to flood this field this winter, and we're going to try to get some ducks in that field. I'm going to leave the field flooded into the springtime, and we're going to go into rice and crawfish production. So I've been out here on the tractor. I've been putting in a lot of tractor seat time. It's time for a little break. Stop to get a little quick bite to eat, give me something to drink. And I wanted to walk around this field and check out some things. While I'm at it, I'm grabbing me a little snack. You see I got all this cover crop growing out here. I got daikon radish, mustards, turnips, some collards growing in here. They're doing real good along this embankment. I had oats, but you can see the oats, the leaves got burnt pretty good that last cold snap. They're starting to come back, but I'm not really worried about it. I'm not harvesting a crop off of them. Even the greens got burnt pretty good. That hard cold weather is rough on them, but they're coming back. Look at this. You see these collards right here? Look at that. Beautiful leaves on them collards. See, I make a good snack. I mean, you know, all I had was a pack of peanuts and a couple pieces of deer jerky. This makes a good addition to it. Get a little roughage in my diet. They're good too. Man, I can make a salad out of these. They're not bitter at all. That's delicious. See? There's some right there. Look at the leaves on them things. They're pretty. This stuff's all gonna get big by springtime. Then it starts to flower. And when it flowers, that's when I'm gonna till it under. Because brassicas contain a compound, and I might be wrong, but it's some kind of a cyanide compound. When they bolt and they start to flower, everybody knows that it makes them bitter. Well, when you till that under, it forms a natural fumigant, which causes it to kill nematodes in the soil. Well, I'm doing vegetables on this field next year, and the last thing I want is nematodes eating on the roots of my crop. So I got cover crop, and the cover crop is going to retain nutrients, and it's going to take care of the nematodes. See here, I got my transit out here. Reason being, I smooth everywhere you see that cover crop. I smoothed all that out all the way around over to the other side of the pond over there where I was just at. I zero graded all that. Well, the area where I'm standing at right now was not zero graded. You see the difference? And so I'm currently in the process of scraping all this down over that way to level it out. And I'm either going to zero grade this with that, or I'm just going to zero grade this all the way out to the edge of the woods, and it'll have to be its own separate rice paddy in the future. Last year, while I was zero grading that area over there where the cover crop's growing, we had a good rain come through and kind of washed the soil down. I was out there kicking around looking, and I come across a spearhead. big old spearhead, like about a 3 or 4 inch long one. I took it to the lady that owns the property. She was out here mowing her horse pasture, and I walked up to her and didn't say anything. She looked at me like, "What do you want?" And I held that spearhead up and I said, "Here you go." And she went, "Oh my gosh, that is so cool." So yeah, it was pretty cool. I found spearheads that I have personally, and it's always cool when you find a spearhead. The old John Deere. I'm doing all this with a 5-foot box blade. Yeah, so you see why I'm having so much tractor seat time, because you don't move a whole lot of dirt with that, but hey, it gets the job done. I'm gonna grab another swig of Pepsi before I get started. So one thing about these fields, man, is I learned this from watching folks over in Asia on YouTube, and they do it on a larger scale in Louisiana, is water leveling. So once I get this place pretty good, you know, you're gonna have a spot here or there that's gonna be a couple inches higher. But once I get this place pretty good and I get my levee built all the way around the backside, I'm gonna go ahead and do the vegetables and whatnot. And then when I get ready to flood all this, what I'll probably have to do is I'll come in here and I will water level all this. So when I get ready to plant rice, I'll come in there with a rototiller, and I'll cut the rototiller on, I'll run it about first gear high and have the rototiller going and just pull that rototiller. When you hit those high spots, they turn into like a milkshake consistency. You hit them, it knocks them down, and they just flatten right out like wet concrete. So that's how you do water leveling, and you've got to be very careful not to go deep. You go deep, you'll create basically pits in the subsoil, and you'll just gouge it out, and you turn it into a deep mud hole. You end up sinking your tractor, which I've done before. So that's what's going to end up happening. To get the final touches on it, you got to water level it.